So Aaron Rupert is at it again, getting back into his old shoes, getting back into old habits. The old Aaron Rupert is back, folks. And that's right, he's making a Twitter thread of Trump clips from a Trump rally. So I haven't watched any of these yet. I just bookmarked the thread because I figure it might be epic. And so let's go. So let's click the last one in the thread, and then I can scroll up from there. All right, so Donald Trump went to Alabama to promote conspiracy theories, including that he was somehow, even though he lost the election, secretly the real president. So for those of you that don't know, Joe Biden is the president of the United States, and he won the 2020 election. He destroyed Donald Trump in the popular vote and also won in the Electoral College vote and was certified as president on January 6, 2021. He is the president of the United States. There is no contesting that. I'm sorry. But Donald Trump is going to go out there and promote some conspiracy theories. And so let's check this out. This is like the very interesting thing about the Delta variant. So again, I'm going to be very clear. Donald Trump is saying some garbage, some hooey. This is no good. Everything he is saying is bad, and I am playing it to comment on it being bad so that people know that the former president of the United States is bad. I do not agree with what Donald Trump is saying. This is for educational purposes and comedic purposes only.
He didn't stop the virus, you know? They say, oh, he gets wonderful marks. He doesn't get good marks. He's done a terrible job, including on vaccinations, including on everything else. And now the virus is back. The virus is back. I'm shaking hands with everybody backstage. I say, well, I don't know. Is this a good thing or bad? You'll read about it in 3 or 4 days, maybe. Hopefully not.
So he is basically saying the current president, the one that he lost an election to, is bad at handling the pandemic, but he's making it worse? Huh? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? All right, let's check this out.
Let me ask you, do you think that General Patton was woke? I don't think so. What do you think, Mike? Mike, was he woke? I don't think so. I don't think he was too woke. He was the exact opposite. You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke.
Folks, if you would have told me, let's say 5 years ago, right, that the president and now currently former president of the United States would be using the term woke, I would have been like, nah, no way. Why would that even be a thing? Why would woke? First of all, what does that even mean? What does woke even mean? No one can define what it means. It's like also critical race theory. What is critical race theory? Oh, well, actually, it's a study of America's history and how, history was written mostly by white people and mythologized. And also, they've been stepping on people of color and other minorities since the inception of this country. And the real history of America has been covered up over and over and over again. And we need to examine that and wonder why. Nah, critical race theory is anti-white. When you go to school in kindergarten and your school, even though critical race theory is like a college academic, kind of spin-off, but they're teaching it in kindergarten too or whatever, and they're going to teach your kid that white people are evil, and what does woke mean? Well, woke means that the transgenders are gonna pee in the bathroom, and that's bad because, what?
Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true.
He said the S word! Yeah, I might clip that. That's a good one. Let me add that to my bookmarks. All right. Trump claims that a 5-year-old child is advising him on military issues.
But I asked the child, so what would you do after describing? Would you leave the military until everything's out, including the civilians and all of that incredible military equipment? or would you have the military go out first? Sir, I'd leave the military in. He was 5. He said, I'd leave the military in.
Reminder, in 2016, Trump campaigned on withdrawing and ending wars. Just saying.
Thing out first. I said, thank you very much. But they didn't want me to tell that story. They thought it was not an appropriate story, but it's true. This was a 5-year-old kid, 5 or 6-year-old kid.
Is he 5 or 6?
And this is what we're stuck with. But
All right, so here we go. The big one, folks. Check this out. I'm going to turn the volume up for this one. Check this out. Trump is encouraging his audience to get vaccinated. Check it out.
3 days less than 9 months, and it's great. And you know what? I believe totally in your freedoms. I do. You got to do what you have to do. But I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But no, that's okay. That's all right. You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine. If it doesn't work, you'll be the first to know, okay? I'll call up Alabama and say, hey, you know what? But it is working. But you do have your freedoms. You have to maintain that. You have to maintain that. And you got to get your kids back to school. 3 days.
They booed him, folks. They fucking booed him. What? That's incredible. Trump at his rally in Cullman, Alabama. All right, let's check it out.
And I lost again, but then I won. I said, you didn't say I won. Well, you did lose. In other words, technically they're right. I lost in court, but I won. Then we have a travel ban. And without that travel ban, you would have some really bad people in here from places in the world that are evil. And it was a great thing. I took a lot of heat over that travel ban. People said, that's not nice. They all like to call it a Muslim ban. It wasn't a Muslim ban. It was a travel ban from a lot of different countries that are bad. And
a lot of different countries that are bad. What? I don't understand. Like, what is happening with this guy? All right, so let's get into it, folks. Let's get into it. The big scoop. Mike Lindell is alive and well and channeling his energy through Donald Trump.
One of the first acts that Biden did after Mitch McConnell said, we must get back to work. We have to get our country going. We have to approve him as the president. Even though the evidence was staggering, you'll see the evidence starting to come out. It's already come out far beyond what we need. By the way, far, far, far beyond what we need. We have to get back to our country and running our country, Mitch McConnell. And the first thing that Biden did was sign 17 of the worst executive orders in the history of our country.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So there is a threshold, right? There is a threshold, apparently, that exists in order to, post hoc, overturn an election result. That threshold has been met, but then also it hasn't happened yet. What? Now, if you would have said, the evidence has yet to come out, and once it okay, you're still a dumbass, right? But, he's saying the threshold has been met. The evidence is clear. It's out there. Where is it? I don't know, but it's out there. And the threshold has been met. It just somehow hasn't happened yet. Interesting. This one ought to be good too.
People, she's so smart. I hope she's around. She is an incredible woman.
I hope she's around.
She's a brilliant woman, doesn't get credit for it, but we all know about that stuff. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie, where is she?
I hope she's around, folks.
She's great. She is great. She's a warrior. She's a warrior. Everything I said about Georgia is true, Marjorie, right? Yeah.
So anyway, this guy's going out there again. I can't even bother with the rest of this. There's too much. But either way, Trump had a rally. It's as bad as you would expect. And, he's throwing out a bunch of cringe. And it's incredible to watch. That, again, they were all cheering him until he told them to I literally can't with this guy. I mean, he's still alive somehow. He still exists. and he's able to participate in society without being booed and having tomatoes thrown at him. And that's impressive to me in some capacity.